morning, YouTube.
Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. It is 6:21 a.m. I am about to go film a workout at the gym. Point of the workout is going to be showcasing how to train for injury resistance and strength, not just go in the gym and strength train. Specifically going to be useful for like athletes, runners, anyone like that watching the video. Gabby has her final day of her rotation for this work week, right?
Yeah. I'm working in the
She's
ER.
grinding. She's freaking grinding.
12-hour shifts are. Woo!
But she's in the ER and she's loving it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we got a marathon this weekend. So I'm running in a marathon on Saturday. Not going to be going for a Boston qualifier. Originally, I was going for a sub 255. But just with the injury, now being smart about it. And I'm actually going to be pacing one of my friends, which I'm pumped about because I've never paced anyone. Or just had fun for a marathon. I've always like went for a strict time goal. So I'm actually excited. It's going to be a good time. It's in Myrtle Beach, where I went to college and lived a completely different lifestyle back then. So kind of all going to come full circle running a marathon there. So I'm kind of excited for it.
6:30 a.m. start time.
6:30 a.m. start time, yeah. Diabolical. That's the earliest start time I've had for a marathon. 6:30. Honestly, kind of like it. I mean, be done. He's going for a 3:30 to 3:40, the guy I'm pacing. So we'll be done the marathon by like 9 o'clock a.m., which is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's on the agenda today. Going to go through this workout with you guys, with Nate. He's coming to film and work out with me. And then just kind of do a little day in the life after that, some other things I want to touch on for the video, but so before I work out, I don't want anything too heavy in my stomach. Something that's worked really well for me for a pre-workout is rice cakes. Just put peanut butter and banana on this with honey. Give me some quick carbs, quick energy for the workout. And then my morning cocktail, which is dry water electrolytes and Gabby's staring at me over there. Dry water electrolytes and creatine. I go 5 grams of creatine daily. Work with dry water. I love their electrolytes. You can get 15% off with code Sean. Highly suggest you guys try them out. And for your first order, they send you this super sick glass shaker bottle, which honestly just might be worth it just for that. So go try them out. Free workout meal. Oh. Y'all check out that sleek ass looking Chevy Malibu, man. Come on now. Sheesh. Malibu gang. This is Miranda the Malibu. And she gang. What's up, guys? We are here with Nate. We are going to be running through how to train like an athlete. This can be if you're a runner or just any type of athlete watching this. A big way I do this, and something that opened my eyes from the recent injury I had, is just implementing more plyometrics. So plyometrics are going to be good for building efficiency, building speed, and building power for athletes. And you're going to do this just through building stride power and reducing ground contact time. So we're going to start with some lighter plyometrics on the ladder. We're going to move to some heavier plyometrics on like box jumps and things like that. And then we're going to move into a strength training workout that is just going to be good for athletes overall. right, we're gonna hit some bird dog rows here. Super challenging stability movement. So you want your closest knee kind of towards the end of the box or bench, whatever you're using. Opposite hand is gonna be used for balance. You're gonna kick that opposite leg up too, engage that opposite glute. And this is the core is gonna be a primary mover here. Keeping that core tight, and then we're doing a row from there, elbows driving back through that rib cage. So a lot of things that you're working on. Super tough movement. One of the main things I try to do is keep that opposite leg super engaged, super tight. Whew. It's humbling every time. All right, guys, and that is that. Hopefully you guys got to see just a little bit of how that workout was different. For plyometrics, you don't need to dedicate a whole workout to them. Really, all you need to do is like 5 to 10 minutes before you start your strength workout or whatever it is. That's all you need for plyometrics, and really only 1 to 2 times a week. If you're a more advanced athlete, you might go more than that, but really for many of us, 1 to 2 times a week is gonna be perfectly good enough. And I can speak for myself, probably Nate too, but that workout was really good. Worked a ton of stabilizer muscles. For me, having a marathon this Saturday, it was the perfect workout because it was still able to get a good workout intensity wise, but focus was just stabilization muscles, stabilizer muscles, core, all that. So it was a good one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Oh, so cold. Woo. And we don't do any of that wash first and then go cold. We go all cold. Let's go, baby. Always like to start my mornings off, especially if it's after a workout or a run, with a nutrient-dense whole food breakfast. So what I got here is 4 pasture-raised eggs. We have 2 slices of Dave's Killer whole grain toast. Top that with half an avocado and some cottage cheese, some non-fat cottage cheese. And then we go blueberries, 3 medjool pitted dates, and then of course some water. Guys, I love this meal. I drizzle honey over top of it. You guys have probably seen me eat this or similar to this meal like 5 times now on the channel, but so freaking good every time. So let's go over the agenda for the day. Obviously, we had the workout with Nate. We have a client check-in here at 10:30 at a coffee shop. And we have a meeting for a potential opportunity that came about for me. You guys will hear more about that if it comes to life. And then we just have one personal training client later. And one thing that I've been doing is I've been structuring my days so it's not so like back to back and my days aren't so like packed. So if you look at this planner, you'll see like there's not a lot on it. But what I love about it is on the top, it lists your 4 top priorities. So it only allows you to list 4. Because what I found that I was doing is like structuring my days so back to back that when I would get knocked off of that structure or that schedule, it would like stress me out. And I'm like, what am I stressed out about? Like, and I knew something needed to change there. So I'm just trying to go with the flow a little bit more. And this planner, this kind of structure has helped just like keep blocks open. And what I'll do during those blocks is just like use that time to work on content, work on programming, work on client outreach, things like that. So I won't make it so like back to back, especially on days like today where I'm not as busy in person. I'll kind of leave that online work to, leave time for things I need to work on in that moment. And it's helped me just live in the moment a little bit more and be more present with myself, which is something I have needed to work on. So that's the agenda for today. As always, going to take you guys along. But yeah. So I've been taking warm-ups a lot more seriously. Even on easy runs, like today I just had some easy chill miles, still warming up between 7 and 10 minutes. And the reason for that is just because I was neglecting it. And ultimately you should always warm up. So what I do is just include some dynamic movement just to get the body loosened up and the blood flowing. And then I'll go in with some plyometrics just to acclimate those joints and tendons. When I think about the injury, it was primarily because my Achilles tendon was just unprepared for the impact I was giving it. So plyometrics have been huge throughout my rehab process and will be implemented for sure moving forward. So 4 easy miles today, and it is beautiful out here in Charleston. I think it's like 75, maybe even almost 80 degrees. Woo! Feels good out here. Something else I wanted to chat about that I heard yesterday on the Nick Bear podcast with Lucy Davis. It was all about finding your self-worth. Really good episode. You should definitely give it a listen if you haven't. Basically, they talk about, taking that one thing in your life, whether it's fitness, whether it's your job, whatever it is that you find yourself identifying with. For me, obviously it's like fitness, running, being a personal trainer. And it's like, without that, what type of person would you be? And when I heard that yesterday, I'm not gonna lie, I'm like, sat back in my chair like, man, a year ago, maybe not even a year ago, I'm not sure I would have had an answer for that, or I would have had a good answer for that. But now, I know my exact answer to that, and it's all because of the relationship that I've built with Jesus. And honestly, I take pride in being, a Christian and posting this content because I don't see a lot of people that are pushing content out like this preaching Christianity. So I'm proud. I'm a proud Christian, and my relationship that I've built with Jesus is ongoing, obviously, but it's helped me tremendously in finding my why and finding my purpose and finding my self-worth in life. And without any of this that I have now, fitness, revitalize, running, whatever it may be, I have him and I have eternal life with him. And when you realize that is all you're ever going to need, nothing else matters. And like I said, about a year ago, I probably wouldn't have had an answer to that. I don't know if I had an identity outside of that. And it's also something I'm actively working on, taking time for other hobbies in my life. I've been trying to take up journaling. I used to go fishing a lot. Would like to take that back up. Take snowboarding trips, travel more, whatever it may be. Because I do think sometimes I identify
with being an athlete or being a trainer or just like a fitness enthusiast in general. And there's nothing wrong with that because that's who I am at the end of the day. But without any of that, I would still be me. And that is ultimately because of him and nothing else. So I just wanted to share that. Really resonated with me last night. 4 miles complete, 8:08 pace. Heart rate was down pretty low, felt really good. And I realized some of you may be wondering too, with this 100 miler coming up in May, how I'm increasing my mileage the smart way. So to be honest, I feel in good enough shape to be running 70-mile weeks right now. However, I'm not stubborn enough anymore to do something like that. So I'm working with my coach again, Kat Campbell. She's the one who coaches me for my marathons, all my running. Obviously, during the injury, no point in having a run coach when you can't run. So we didn't work with each other during that time, but I just picked her back up. We're just ramping back up into things slowly this week. Some easy miles. I just have a short little speed day tomorrow. Obviously, we have a marathon this Saturday. Again, not going for a crazy time, but it's still a marathon, so you gotta prepare your body for that. But I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to pacing my boy and helping him achieve his goal. And then from there, it's game on for High Rocks and 100 miler. Full-blown prep. We're gonna be super disciplined, and I'm excited just to roll with the punches, deal with life as it comes to me, and have fun while doing it. So that is the plan. Well, we didn't realize that we were cutting it super close to our in-person client. So post run, did not get to get my stretch in, but we will make sure to get that in. We are stretching every day. Quick nanner, got an in-person client. Just one of those days where the day gets ahead of you. So now we are here about to record a podcast. It's 6:50 p.m. Got tied up with my in-person client. We got food real quick after. He wanted to grab food. And then I'll be honest, I forgot that I had this podcast recording. So I had to rush home and get ready for this. But this is how it'll be sometimes. You deal with it on the fly. Totally on me for not remembering that. But we're about to get this recording in. Episode with Ryan Cass. Always a good one when we have Ryan on. If you haven't checked out our podcast, definitely check it out. My goal is to take it to that next level this year by getting some video and just getting a little bit more professional with it setup-wise. But we've been having fun with it. We've been making do with what we got. So tune in. Some really good episodes out there. We've had some really good guests on, and tonight's going to be a good one.